since I came to this league, it's an amazing league. So I've actually had the privilege of playing with World Cup winners, Champions League winners, and everything. So when you're in the game, you don't really take too much stock of who you're playing against. To be honest, it's just you're running around, you're wet, you're cold, it's tired. You know, you're just thinking about winning. But yeah, probably something that maybe even later on tonight I'll look back on and be like, oh, I've done something today.
Was it a wee bit bittersweet they couldn't play against Messi? I suppose he'll wake up and see the result.
Yeah, I mean, listen, obviously he's the best player that's ever played the game. I don't think it's very close, so it would have been an honour to play against him. But like I say, it's not about who we play against. It's the results come first, and we played against some other amazing players today, and we were able to put on a good performance.
How are you enjoying your life in the Big Appy? Is it just like a pinch yourself moment sometimes?
Yeah, I love it here. I think I've just really found a home here. Obviously last year was difficult, I had surgery and everything like that, so it was pretty tough for me, but I'm settled here, my girlfriend's here, we're loving life.
Whereabouts do you stay? Do you stay like in the heart of Manhattan? Or?
No, I stay in Hoboken, so I can get into Manhattan in like 5 minutes, but it means I don't need to deal with the traffic in the morning going to training, so it's best of both worlds.
So what's your life like outside football here?
It's pretty chill. At this point of the year, it's freezing over here, so there's not too much going on. But in the summer, there's golf courses. You go in the city, walk around. It's everything's right at your doorstep. You know, it's not like Scotland. So, it's an amazing place to live.
Do you get to catch up with any other Scottish players like Johnny Russell or Danny Wilson who's over here? I suppose they're different.
Yeah, they were in different conferences, so it was tough. We didn't. I played against Johnny once, Danny once. Like you say, it's always nice to hear a Scottish accent. Yeah. So, and I think this year we might play Vancouver if I'm right. So we'll also get to see Ryan Gold again. Again, all the guys that have come over here have done really, really well. So it's always good to see them.
How would you compare the MLS to what's a league back home in Scotland?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's tough. Like Rangers and Celtic, I'm under no illusions. They're massive clubs, you know. If they were in this league, everyone would probably expect them to really kick on and be the top sides. I don't mean this in any disrespect at all to any other team, but I just don't think where this league's at and where this league's going, I think there's I just can't see any other team. I know Hearts having an amazing year this year, but the budget, the teams over here, it just blows out of the water. A couple of years ago, Gareth Bale's coming off the bench in the MLS Cup finals. I think sometimes there's still a little bit of a stigma, or there's a little thing about the MLS, but if you look at the players, I mean, we're playing against Suarez and Busquets and Jordi Alba, and regardless of age, the quality is unbelievable. Teams over here spending tens and tens of millions on players. It's impossible for Scotland to compete with that. We've got two clubs that are obviously that can, to an extent, to be honest. But other than that, I think this league, and I think everyone will see as in the years as they're coming, the talent and the quality of the league is better.
And do you still keep kind of your finger on the pulse with results back home with Celtic and Rangers?
I do, yeah. Like I'm obviously that's what I grew up with, you know. So I'm always keeping an eye on the results.
What do you think?
And St Mirren as well. I mean, I thought Rangers probably had enough in them to go through in Europe. Would have been brilliant for Scottish football as a whole. Obviously, in terms of coefficient, Champions League and everything, they've done unbelievably well to do that, and it's helped take Scottish game. It's put more money in it, and the managers came in. He's done unbelievable for them, you know, closing that gap. And obviously now they're in the driving seat for the title, and if they continue the way they're doing, they've got a lot of confidence, and momentum goes a long way in football. So it's obviously nothing's over now, but it's good that we now have like a proper title race. You had Rangers win it comfortably and then Celtic win it comfortably, so it's good to see this year.
You'll give that prediction?
I don't know, man. I think there's too many injuries on both sides and whatnot, so I think it's probably going to come down to what club has the best luck in terms of injuries. I don't think there's too much to separate both of them.
Yeah, you need a fortune teller.
I think if you could tell me one club was going to be luckier with the injuries, the players coming back, then I would definitely be able to. I'm choosing that side, you know. But I think as it is, it's probably down to who can have the best fortune between now and then.
Robert's mum, like you said, before you started off.
Oh yeah,
absolutely flying.
Yeah, they're flying. Obviously, it was a tough one against Kilmarnock last week, but again, Kilmarnock have came in and they've done so well. Derek McInnes done an amazing job. So I always look out for St Mirren. I'm hoping they can obviously want them to get fourth, but anything in the top six would be unbelievable. So there's a lot of amazing people at that club as well. So a club that I have a soft spot for sure.
And obviously, a bit of a timely reminder, you scored a hat-trick just now in Scotland, obviously an international duty. You've been out injured for a while, obviously,
Yeah.
but to you, is it obviously your hope and ambition to force your way back into the Scotland squad, maybe not for the Euros, but obviously going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that no player would ever close the door on. I don't think to represent your country would be unbelievable. One thing I can say is Steve Clark and the squad have been amazing. They've all earned their spot there. I'm not going to sit here, especially after one game or the start of the year, and say, oh, I should be in that squad. Of course, I believe that I've got the ability and I could bring something to it, but I think that players there have earned their spot. And at the moment, with the year I had last year, I'm just focusing on being healthy. This is not me saying I don't want to play for Scotland. I would love nothing more than to play for Scotland. It's a massive ambition of mine. Well, I'm a little bit older now, and I know what will be. You know, I can only focus on myself, and if it's enough, and maybe there's more performances like this, then maybe I'll have a chance. If not, I'll be supporting the team in this.
Very modest, because I mean you've got some scoring record over here in Scotland. I think it's kind of well known that they've not got an established striker up front. I know you're out, but obviously you're playing attacking more over here. I mean, surely it gives you a bit of confidence that you can force your way in when Scotland are looking for a goal scorer and you're scoring for fun here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not too sure. I'm sure Steve Clark, with his attention to detail, I'm not saying he's not looking at this league. I'm sure he's looking at everyone who's eligible to be called up. One thing I do think that maybe people back home might not know is, since I came out to this league and probably in the last few years, I think I've made a massive change in terms of my game, and I do focus a lot on scoring goals now. I'm not the same player as I was when I was at St Mirren, coming through and wanting the ball and going 1v1 all the time. Like now I'm very direct. It's all about end product, and I think I'm showing that. There's going to be games later on today, but I think I'm the top goal scorer in the league, and obviously been out for a while, so that's something that's a name I have for myself. I'm not the same player that left Scotland, so.
I totally agree. I was watching you out there today, and I was like you say, direct. You're just so direct, and you can tell that you've got a kind of goal scoring instinct, which perhaps maybe you didn't really have.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
Celtic. We've played various positions in Celtic, and now you kind of tailor that position.
Yeah, I mean, I think before I wanted so involved in the game and I wanted touches, and since I came out here, like I say, last few years, I've sort of changed how I play now, and I think I'm more about numbers. I want, I'm hungry to score goals, and I think I've changed my game massively. I think I'm nowhere near the same player. I'm probably maybe not as good as the other side as I was, but the difference in mindset of scoring is night and day. So hopefully the Scotland manager can keep that in mind. It's certainly something I've added to my game for sure.
I hope so. Well,